Hey everyone, how's it going? Back with another video. This is going to be my week 3 results and week 4 predictions. So, this is where I predicted Titans 17, Jaguars 20, Derrick Henry with 60 yards, defense 2 interceptions. Really, Titans were 7, Henry 44 yards. Jaguars with 20, 0 interceptions, so got the points right. Record 1-0. And this is something I'm adding that's new. I'm going to add a meme from each team, either losing or winning team. Depending, either way, it's going to most likely make fun of the losers unless it was a really close game. So I had Dolphins 6, Cowboys 42. Dolphins did score 6, didn't throw any interceptions. Cowboys scored 31. Prescott with 3 total touchdowns. Record's 2-0 for the week. And yeah, I feel you on that, Dolphins fans. It's going to be really hard to support the team this year. Good thing is you guys have a whole bunch of first-round picks. A lot from my Texans. You guys got another one from the Steelers. And you have one yourselves. So you guys have a lot of first-round picks to play with for next year. I had Bengals losing 17-20. Boyd getting 100 yards. Defense 5 sacks for the Bills. Really, it was Bengals 17 with 67 yards. So I got the score right. And Bills 21. So almost dead on. Defense had 2 sacks. Record 3-0 now. And that is the Bills jumping over all the haters. They are 3-0. I'm not sure if they're going to continue doing as well as what they're doing now. They have had a little bit of easy games, but they are looking pretty good so far. Next is going to be Lions-Eagles. A lot of people thought I was crazy with the Lions winning, but we shall see what happens. Obviously, the game already happened. 27-24. Lions ended up winning. Kerryon Johnson did nothing. Zach Ertz got 4 receptions, not 8. Record 4-0. And probably one of my favorite ones. That honestly looked like them all game from the get-go. It was already 7-0 right off the bat. So, and I love Kevin Hart, so I feel like this is perfect for that one. 6-30. I had this game going. Jets look pretty bad this year. I apologize. My hand is in the way. Bell with 100 yards, defense with 2 TDs. Jets scored 14. I was surprised they were able to get that many points, 35 yards. And Patriots scored 30 on the nose. Record 5-0. And this is actually a pretty good one. Awkward moment when the best Eagles player is a Patriots fan. Obviously, they weren't playing the Eagles, but I thought that was a pretty funny one to put up. Falcons-Colts. I had the Falcons winning. This is one of my few losses that I got. Brissett threw for pretty much what I thought he was going to throw. Colts did score 27 points. Jones went for 128 yards, not 150. And of course, you got to bring this up. 28-3. That's such a tough loss to come back from, but that's going to be forever funny. And next one is going to be Raiders-Vikings. 17-24. At Carr going for 250. Really went for 242. Cook really went for 110. Record 6-1. And this is a pretty good one as well. Even the Raiders fans can't stand watching the Raiders. This I had being a very close game. I had Jackson going for 100 yards. Mahomes going for 4 TDs, 31-35. Instead, it was 28 with 46 rush and 33 with 3 TDs, 7-1. And I couldn't make fun of the Ravens. They look absolutely phenomenal for a second-year quarterback, obviously. It's only a third-year quarterback with Kansas City, really a second-year quarterback because he didn't really play year one at all. So I had to put up one that I think might be true. Road to Super Bowl probably is going through Kansas City this year. Broncos and Packers. Like I said, Broncos have looked pretty bad. Packers don't look too much better, but they have had a pretty decent defense this year, which is surprising. So 10-21. Really, it was 16. Lindsey did get 81 yards. And 27. Adams did not get the touchdown, 8-1. And very true there. They have Von Miller. If they could get Bobby Boucher, they'd be all set. I had Panthers losing 17-28. I did have Cam Newton in the game. Obviously, I didn't know he was going to be injured. I had him throwing 3 interceptions. Obviously, he didn't play in that. I had Kyler Murray throwing for 300 yards. 38-20. Obviously, Cam Newton was injured. He didn't play. Kyler Murray threw for 173. Newton's backup looked absolutely amazing, which brought me to this 8-2. And I'm sure you guys remember this commercial where they're talking about the play 60. Absolutely perfect. It's Kyle Allen on there saying that he'll grow up to be stronger and he's going to play in the NFL, become the starting quarterback. Cam Newton could be his backup, and Panthers fans will forget about him. After 1 week, obviously that's not going to happen. But if he continues to play well, that might end up being the case. So perfect meme there for the occasion. 23-17, I had the Giants winning. A lot of people were surprised that I had Daniel Jones doing so well, but I really did. I had Winston throwing 2 interceptions. Jones did even better than expected. He threw up 336 yards in his first ever start, 32 points, and Buccaneers 31 points. So really close game there. And Winston threw 1 interception, 9-2. And probably how a lot of Bucs fans are feeling right now because they do not look too good. Saints versus the Seahawks. I got a lot of grief with this as well, especially after knowing that Drew Brees would not start, knowing that it was going to be a backup. Like I said, I do trust Teddy Bridgewater. I do like Taysom Hill as well. So I still had him beating the Seahawks. I had Kamara going for 125, DK going for 100. Saints scored 33, Seahawks 27, so I was right there. Kamara actually got 161 all-purpose yards, and DK with 67. Record is now 10-2 for the week, so I had a phenomenal week. And yes, even though they're not the Legion of Boom, they are starting to call themselves the Legion of Boom Part 2. And yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Next one, I got a lot of grief about this as well. A lot of people did not think the Texans would go to LA and take down the Chargers. I thought they would. I thought J.J. Watt was finally going to get some sacks in, get some quarterback hits in, and I had Justin Jackson doing decent. Texans ended up scoring 27, not 23. Watt did get 2 sacks, 2 quarterback hits. Chargers 20, and Jackson only got 26 yards, actually, not 80. We stopped the run pretty single-handedly. 11-2. And I love this one as well. Is that J.J. Watt or Bill Goldberg, just because of how hard he tackles? I had the 49ers winning pretty easily here. Unfortunately, that was not the case. They did end up winning. Jimmy G threw for 277, did have a good amount of interceptions. Steelers 20, Rudolph did have 1 pick, not 2. 12-2 record. And I did like this one as well. Now we know why the Steelers play at Heinz Field. It's because they're always playing catch-up. This year, it seems like that might be the case. This might be the first ever year where Mike Tomlin does not finish at least 8-8. Rams-Browns, I had it being for lack of a better word, a slobber knocker. I had it being a really offensive battle, not too much defense. I had Kupp going for 125. Instead, he went for 102. Rams scored 20. Browns scored 13. Mayfield, instead of 350, only put up 195. So it was more of a defensive battle here, not offensive like I was thinking. 13-2. And perfect one here. Obviously, the Browns had very high standards coming in. A whole bunch of people jumped on the bandwagon, so I thought this was perfect. If you're not a fan when they used to lose by 30, don't be a fan when they lose by 30 now. Obviously, they haven't lost by that, but they do look nowhere near what people were expecting. Last one's Redskins-Bears. I had the Redskins winning just because they were at home. I love the Bears defense. I think it's the best in the NFL. I had AP going for 80 yards. Instead, Bears had 4 sacks. They did have 31 points. A lot of it was caused due to short fields of their defense and a lot of interceptions thrown by Case Keenum. Redskins only scored 15 and Peterson only 37 yards. Reason for that is he didn't get too many carries just because they were behind from the get-go. 13-3 and Redskins' new logo. So overall, 13-3 on the week. Great there. Overall for both weeks 2 and 3, I did miss the Thursday night game. I did very well in week 1, but I didn't have it recorded, so I'm not going to actually say that. But 21-10 overall for weeks 2 and 3. So I think I'm doing fairly well. Tell me what you guys think. Next one, week 4 predictions. Eagles-Packers. I have Eagles losing by 2 touchdowns. I have Howard getting 65 yards and Rodgers throwing for 325 yards. Obviously, we'll find out soon. This is the Thursday night game. I like Aaron Rodgers at home. There's almost no better quarterback at home than him. Next one, Redskins Giants. I have the Giants just barely winning. Obviously, it's because they're at home. I have Case Keenum throwing for 220. Although he did not look that great last week, he is doing pretty good this season. And I have Jones throwing for 250. So pretty close game there. Field goal for the win. Next one. A lot of people are very surprised at the Chiefs. I'm not. I had the Chiefs winning a wild card spot. I think they have what it takes. They have a really great head coach. I went against the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. Obviously, I'm not going to do that anymore. The Chiefs, every single time, Pat Mahomes proves me wrong. I have their receiver Robinson going for 100 yards, and I have Kerryon Johnson going for 100 yards, 6-point game. Titans Falcons. This was a really hard one to call. I'm not sure what is going on with either team. I don't know if they're great, if they're bad, if they're just having bad luck. But both had very high standards coming into the year. I have Titans losing by a field goal just because of who the home team is. I'm going to go with the home team here, 24-21. Hunter Henry with 80 rush yards, and Calvin Ridley, who only had, I believe, 7 yards this last week. I have him having a bounce-back game and having 75 yards. Next one, Browns-Ravens. Obviously, this is going to be a nice AFC North battle. If the Browns win, they'll actually be tied 2-2 for first place. I don't see them winning, though. Ravens are at home. I love what Lamar Jackson is doing. I have him going for 3 total touchdowns. Could be rush, passing, or even receiving. Every once in a while, they put him out there as a receiver. They have RG3 come in and throw to him. You never know what's going to happen with Lamar Jackson on the field. He looks really good. And I have the Browns only 17, so I have them losing pretty much by 2 touchdowns, and Nick Chubb going for 60 yards. Next one, Raiders-Colts. I have the Colts winning barely because they're at home. Once again, I think Brissett is a decent quarterback. I do not think he is the answer, though, for the Colts. I think they're going to need a better quarterback. Unfortunately, Andrew Luck retired. However, I do have T.Y. Hilton going for 100 yards, and I have Derek Carr throwing for 250. Not the best quarterback, but I'd say mid to lower pack. At least he's better than his brother, who destroyed my Texans. Probably one of the worst quarterback signings ever. Next one. I'm going to get a lot of grief about this, but Bills are 3-0, Patriots are 3-0. I got the Bills winning it because they're at home. I love what Josh Allen is doing. I love what the Bills defense is doing. I'm not sure if I trust the Patriots yet. Tom Brady is pretty old. Also, he doesn't do too well against the Bills. A lot of his losses over the last couple years have been to the Bills, even when the Bills didn't have many wins. In fact, the Bills were the last team to shut out the New England Patriots. So you never know what's going to happen. I have the Bills winning by 3. Josh Allen for 350 yards, and Josh Gordon for 80 yards receiving. Next one. I have a pretty close game here, closer than what most people are probably going to predict. I like what Kyle Allen's doing. I think he may be the answer. Obviously, it's too early to tell. I have him throwing for 300 yards on us just because our defense is absolutely horrendous in the secondary. Our up front might be the best pass rushers. But our secondary is absolutely terrible. We need an answer there. It's so bad. I have Watson throwing for 300, 31-21, and I have Watson having 2 games straight of over 300 yards. Next one. I have a blowout here. The Dolphins are definitely the worst team in the NFL. They just look terrible. I don't know what else to say. I really don't even have to explain this. 40-10. I have Rivers throwing for 400. However, I do have their receiver Parker going for 80 yards. I think he's a pretty good receiver, and he's going to be one of the pieces that they're going to build around for the upcoming years. Next one, Bucs-Rams. Once again, not even close. The Bucs look terrible this year again. I know Winston had a really nice game, just ended up losing. However, I don't trust him. I should. He went to FSU. I went to FSU. I'm a huge FSU fan. I just don't trust him. I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. I have a feeling he's going to be replaced soon. I just don't like this matchup. Rams are at home. I have Cooper Kupp going for 150 and Jameis Winston throwing 3 interceptions, 31-7. Next one, very close game. It was hard to call because I like what the Cardinals are doing. I know they're still in rebuilding mode, but Kyler Murray, he is the correct fit there. He's definitely better than Rosen was. He's definitely the correct fit there. So Seahawks 20-17. Russell Wilson for 250, and I have Kyler Murray actually overthrowing him for 275. Next one. This was a really tough one to call. I love what the Vikings have been doing on offense, but then they had one really bad game. I'm not sure what Kirk Cousins is going to show up. I do have Dalvin Cook ending his 100-yard streak on the ground. Only reason why is the defense of the Bears are definitely the best defense in the NFL. I'm forcing 3 turnovers, therefore getting themselves closer to the red zone off the bat. Because of that, I have them winning by 1 touchdown, 20-13. Next one, Jaguars versus Broncos. Once again, not really much to say here. Broncos look like absolute garbage. Minshew is looking amazing, 24-13. Minshew with 300 yards. Flacco with 2 interceptions. Next one, Cowboys versus the Saints. I would have this much closer if Teddy Bridgewater wasn't playing and if it was actually Drew Brees. Cowboys I have winning. They're going to go to 4-0. We're going to hear what about them boys, everything like that. I don't know why they're talking. They've beaten 3 of the worst teams in the NFL. But, they're always going to talk when they're undefeated. I have them winning this game. Unfortunately, we'll have to hear what about them boys for another week. But I do have Kamara going for 125, 27-20. Next one, Bengals Steelers. I don't trust either team. Both teams look horrible. I have Bengals soon to be benching their starting quarterback. I love Ryan Finley. I think he's going to be the answer there. Obviously, the BB gun that they have at quarterback is not the answer. 17-14. Kyle Rudolph throwing for 250 and Boyd going for 80 yards. And that is the final game. Let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Also, please share the video. Easiest way to get the channel to grow is to share the video. And thank you for watching week 3. That one was my highest watched video so far, only at 25 views, but not bad for 45 subscribers. My goal is 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I have a feeling that I'm definitely going to get that because within 2.5 weeks, I went from 0 subscribers to 45, so the channel is growing pretty quick. And as long as I keep getting subscribers and views, I'm going to continue doing these videos. So let me know what you think. Comment down below who you think is going to win. And thank you for watching.